Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, folks. Good afternoon. I got some information for y'all that I heard, that I didn't know. I didn't know this was a whole thing. Like I knew, um, uh, something that I found out about that I didn't know was a thing. Y'all know that the shutdown has ended because the House passed a funding package to end a partial government shutdown. So the government is still, some facets of the government are still not, because there's no full funding package that they passed. Hey, Kiera, no full funding package that they passed. But I want to tell you something that I didn't know that was happening when they were arguing about it. Okay, so a couple of days ago, okay, like about 5 days ago, right, when they were trying to work on the funding bill and stuff like that. Do y'all remember Lindsey Graham? He wasn't in support of the bill, but I didn't quite understand why. Right? So I had heard something, so I went to go dig to try to see, why? Because y'all know Lindsey is just as corrupt as Trump is. Lindsey Graham is. That's why Lindsey Graham is behind Trump all the time. Well, what you got to do what the president say, and it's obvious that Trump got some type of compromise on Lindsey Graham, because Lindsey Graham be acting like a hostage, like he literally is fighting for his life to make sure that you believe in President Trump. So anyway, I didn't know that Lindsey Graham was holding up the shutdown, that the funding bill for the federal government, right, over a provision that would allow him to sue the Department of Justice. Did y'all know that? Yeah, that's why he was so hardcore on blocking that fucking bill. Because he is trying to sue the Department of Justice, much like Trump. You know how Trump keeps suing government agencies and we pay with our tax dollars? Hey, Jess, Lindsey Graham trying to pull the same thing, but not just Lindsey Graham, right? I'm going to tell you something that and I got to research if they actually snuck it into the funding thing like they wanted to. But I want y'all to hear this. So Lindsey Graham, there was a bipartisan agreement on that bill, but Lindsey Graham was standing in the way of that fucker being passed. And he was standing in the way because of a provision that would, it was language in the bill that would repeal a provision that Republicans had passed before, allowing him and other Republican senators to sue the Department of Justice for millions of dollars. And I know you're going, well, why would they want to sue, right? Well, listen, Graham was among 8 Senate Republicans who would uniquely benefit from the provision. Y'all got to listen to how dirty and shiesty these people are. Why they pretend to work for you, but they're not working for you at all. Okay? Okay, so this provision would allow senators to sue if their phone records were subpoenaed in the probe of Trump's attempts to overturn the 2020 election without their knowledge. Why would you sue because the government wanted your records? If you didn't do nothing, why you care? Anyway, the probe sought records of phone calls, not the contents of the calls. That picture is Pick Me Minaj when she was at the event recently. You can't tell? You don't see them white shoes? The wig, that's Pick Me Minaj. Anyway, I found it online when people would talk about Pick Me Minaj. And I was like, oh, I'm taking that. Let me borrow that meme right quick. So when I saw it, I loved it. So yeah, Lindsey Graham was standing in the way of that funding bill. So he says he wants notification. What senator wouldn't want notification that they're looking at your phone? This is my thing. If the government subpoenas your phone records and say they doing some undercover investigation. They don't give you no notice. How come Lindsey Graham's supposed to be so special? Because he a senator? I thought they supposed to put their pants on just like the rest of us. So now he wants special treatment. That's Pick Me Minaj in the picture. It is. That's Pick Me Minaj. So Lindsey Graham says he wants notification. Right. Exactly. Exactly, Kiera. Lindsey Graham was up to no good on January 6th too, but he don't want us to know that. Right. But trust and believe, if he thought Democrats were up to no good on January 6th, he would have been okay with subpoenaing their records. You email him a lot. Good, Kiera. Stay on his ass. So now I didn't know this too. Last fall, as part of the deal to reopen the government following the longest shutdown in U.S. history, Lindsey Graham successfully tucked a provision into the package allowing senators to sue the federal government if their data is obtained without notifying them. Question, how come you don't get the same treatment? How come you don't get the same treatment? How come it's okay for senators to get a notification so they can change their behavior when the government's going to subpoena their records, but not you? Oh, government like, fuck you. We're going to dig all up in your business. Oh, I'm going to do a video about this because it's going to trigger MAGA. Catch it. Because all that freedom. Yeah, okay. What do I always say? Freedom for me and not for freedom for me, not for thee. I'm trying to check something. Because I wanted to research, right? So I researched, can the government subpoena my phone records without notifying me? It says yes. The government can subpoena my records without notifying me, without immediately notifying me. It's particularly through tools of the Stored Communications Act, which allows for court orders to delay notification if it would jeopardize an investigation. So senators like Lindsey Graham, Republicans like Lindsey Graham, he tucked a provision in last year's spending bill after the other shutdown so that the government could not get his records without telling him. But yet the government can get your records without telling you. So it's okay for the government to be all up in your phone, all up in your computer, without notifying you because it might jeopardize the investigation. But when it's a senator, oh, no, we got to tell them. I told y'all that your government thinks it's better than you because your government is filled with a whole bunch of rich people like Lindsey fucking Graham who've been there forever and a day, who spend so much time taking kickbacks and this, that, and the other. He don't work for you and me. He works for himself. He works for himself. And on top of that, changing rules to get your information. Because the government can get your information without a warrant too. Oh, thank you all so much. I appreciate it. Government can do all of that shit. How come it's okay for government to do that shit, but it's not okay? Catch my drift here. But it is not okay to do it to senators. Shouldn't we be more hardcore on our elected officials than we are on each other? Because they take oaths into office. They take an actual oath to say, I will do this, but I won't do that. So how come they're asking for special rules just for them? I just want y'all to think about it. It's not okay that the federal government, that people employed by the federal government with our money get to change the rules to benefit themselves, but those same rules they use to infringe upon our life and our fucking privacy. Let me stop for a second and say good evening to you all. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you being here. Listen, I only ask you to do a couple things while you're here, okay? I ask you to tap that like button because tapping is clapping. That helps me out a lot to boost the live here on TikTok. Then I ask you to hit that copy link button. You know that share button that's down at the bottom right there? If you click on that, you'll see something called copy link. Just copy it. You don't even have to send it to nobody. Copy link counts as a share. And that helps TikTok know that the live is a good live. And then the last thing is just engage in the comments. Just chat, talk, pull up a seat, and let's have a good time. Okay? How you doing, Animal Rescue? You like that picture? I love Pick Me Minaj. Every opportunity I get to drag Nicki Minaj, I am going to do it. I am going to do it. I just saw a video before I got online from years ago when Pick Me Minaj was at one of her concerts back when she was popular. At one of her concerts talking about you need a woman in your corner like Hillary Clinton. She said, we don't need no fucking Melania. Oh, you say, what's on my shirt? Hold on, I'll show you. I'm going to make it my business to drag Nicki by that lace front until she shuts her garbage mouth. This is my anti-woke tee. It's available. Just click the link in my bio. It'll take you to my website with this beautiful anti-woke tee. It also comes in a sweatshirt. You know, because you know how conservatives love to say, I ain't woke. I ain't woke. Well, neither am I. I mean, if that's what we doing. If that's what we doing, because this motherfucker can't stay awake. He's anti-woke too. Shit. And I love to wear this out and about. I love to wear the sweatshirt mostly because it's too cold to wear a t-shirt out and about for people to see. But the sweatshirt, because when they look at the sweatshirt, they're torn between, is she one of us? Or is she making fun of one of us? So they don't say nothing. Thank you so much, KK. Listen, I saw this little shirt. Now, I want y'all to do something after this live. After this live, I want y'all to go online and search for Nicki Minaj hugs Mike Johnson. Okay? Search for that. I just got a couple questions. I noticed when she became MAGA, we started seeing her glue under her wig. But when you look at that video, you're going to see she got a nail missing too. What are we doing? Wait a minute. So where's the glam team? Where's the glam team? Why do we have a nail missing? Why did she have on them? Listen, and them white shoes she had on look just like them same shoes that Monica had on in that Before You Walk Out of My Life video. Y'all remember? Y'all remember when Monica was sitting on that curb with them white church shoes on? Y'all remember that, right? Nicki was looking kind of the same way. Why she had on them church shoes? She don't even go to church. So Nicki broke. She broke. Because if she wasn't broke, she would have bought her citizenship card. She's broke. She's a good old brokey. She ain't flying private no more. Because if Nicki could fly private, she would show y'all on, because she loves to throw her wealth. She used to love to throw it in y'all face. Oh, she broke, Kenneth. It's okay. I know it hurts. What's your favorite Nicki Minaj song, Kenneth? Hey Mandy? Is Hey Mandy your favorite Nicki song? Mine's too. I love when she performs Hey Mandy. I love it. She be like, yo, 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 yo. Hey Mandy. Hey. And you came and you good without taking. Hey. Don't you love Hey Mandy? She got more money than you, Kenneth. You don't know what I have, Kenneth. That's the funny part. You don't know what I have and you mad. Oh. She talking about Nicki Minaj. Cry about it. I don't care. You know you can do. Listen, let me show you something, Kenneth. Pretend this is a cell phone. You know you could take your finger and scroll up and go someplace that makes you feel more comfortable. You mad because you in the comments talking about some other woman that would never look at you. Nicki Minaj got more money than you. She got more money than you. I don't live with my parents. I got my own shit. Who said that? Ah, I love, and notice he still hasn't named his favorite Nicki Minaj song because they don't listen to Nicki. They don't buy Nicki's music. Not at all. They don't listen to this woman. They only support her on X. She ain't being handled and controlled. Not at all. So y'all saying Nicki is weak. Yeah, he's trying to Google. Nicki is weak. And so she needs to be handled and controlled. Is that what you're saying? I'm just trying to understand what it is. That's what I'm asking. Because I thought Nicki was so tough and I thought she was such a boss bitch. You know what I mean? But what I'm finding out, the government not controlling Nicki. Nicki grown. She do whatever she want to do. She said anybody can change their minds. Ain't nobody controlling her. Nobody's controlling her. The thing is, folks who love her got to make a decision. And what y'all are seeing is people don't want to. They want to act like it's not happening. Just like people who might like Jelly Roll. I was never really into Jelly Roll. I thought he was overrated. And I still feel like he's overrated. But Jelly Roll running around saying he don't comment on politics and this, that, and the other. You know what I thought? It must be nice to have the privilege of not needing to comment on it because you know it don't affect you anyway. Because that's essentially what he said, but he too scared to say that. Right? He too scared to say it because he don't want to lose that MAGA money. Trust and believe, that's a big part of his base. He don't want to lose that MAGA money. Thank y'all so much. He don't want to lose that money because he's a convicted felon too. Yeah, Jelly Roll is obviously in that MAGA camp. However, he don't want to fuck with his money. See, he want to play, and I was taught when you straddle the fence, you get hit from both sides. So he know what he doing. He knows what he's doing, and he's doing it on purpose. He doesn't want to have to make a decision. Why? Because he has the privilege of not making a decision. That's the thing with Jelly Roll. He has the privilege of not making a decision. You and me, though, don't have that privilege. Right? Because we live in these communities where ICE shows up. We live in these communities where government shows up. But Jelly Roll doesn't, so he don't give a fuck. That's basically what he said. Folks need to show that they care with their fucking wallets. Stop supporting people like that. Stop supporting people like that. He's been poor before, so if you stop buying his shit and he becomes poor again, he'll adjust. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. But Nicki's not being played like a fiddle. This is a token that wanted to be spent. She went looking for somebody to spend her. And that's just the truth. Nicki went looking, and quiet as kept. I told y'all a long time ago that Nicki Minaj operated out of that MAGA playbook with her own fucking fans. Real talk. Jelly Roll don't hate Trump. I'm telling you he doesn't. That's a lie that he tells to keep you supporting him. No, he don't. No, he don't. Because people who don't support something, they don't support none of it. You understand? That's like saying, I don't support thieves except when they show up at my door and try to sell me something they stole. Then you do support thieves. Like, let's just keep it all the way a buck. You got to be honest. Jelly Roll supports that shit. He just don't want to fuck with his money. So he's trying to play both sides. That's all. And that's just real talk. He's trying to play both sides. So it really comes down to the people making a decision about that. Are they going to allow? Because essentially he's playing in your face. Essentially. Oh, they always try to hide behind religion. But Jesus, 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 Jesus. Because that's how they can make it so you stop questioning them. How dare you question me? Jesus. What? That's how they do. They love to bring God into shit, but while they're embracing hate, they'll bring God and Jesus into it. Because that's the shield. They cover it. This is like Jesus. They cover themselves with the shield of Jesus. You can't call me a racist. I love Jesus. You can't say I hate women. I love Jesus. You can't say I hate immigrants. I love Jesus. That's what they do. Just so you will stop the comment and stop the talking and stop the. When I saw this earlier, I said, if this shit ain't 100, look at this. Just look at it. I want y'all to see that. Look at that. Look at it. They say, fucking foreigners, fucking gays. I love you, Jesus. Fucking poor people. Listen. Where the lie at? Where's the lie? I keep saying none of this shit is that's not God. That's man. And let me tell you something that's always been true. Hate and religion have always walked lockstep. Always. If you see religion, hate ain't too far behind. And if you see hate, religion ain't too far behind. They work together like salt and pepper shakers. And that's the truth. They work together like salt and pepper shakers. Somebody will look you in your face and tell you how much they hate you, but how much they love God. Y'all better wake up. They will look you in your face and tell you, oh, I love God. I love everybody except those people. Hell, I saw a video on TikTok the other day. I forget who it was. A young guy was interviewing a pastor, a white pastor. And he said he don't allow nobody in his church but white people. He don't agree that the races should be mixing. So the young guy tried to tell him, well, that doesn't align with the teachings of Jesus Christ. The man looked him right in the face like, you don't understand his teachings then. Let me tell you something. They will use the Bible to justify anything. Anything. Hell, they gave the slaves Bibles so the slaves Bibles and really indoctrinated them into Christianity. Why? So they would sit there and accept their suffering and think that they'll be delivered from all their suffering when they die. Yeah, when you die, you will be delivered from it. Of course, you're dead. Hell, and people still use religion in that way, same way today. Remember when we were talking about, I think yesterday, we were talking about sister wives, and I said those sister wives, they stayed in that marriage because their religion taught them that suffering is a part of being a plural wife, and that you needed to deal with that and accept it. Religion told them that. Suffer. Not the man suffer, the woman. Y'all keep thinking, y'all keep believing if you want to. I ain't saying, see, God, religion and spirituality are two different things. Religion is man. Religion is man. Yep, and man wrote the Bible. And you know how I like to break down the Bible to people? Imagine somebody came up to folks and said, look, we done found this book, right? And we think that this book is the words of God. So we got to get somebody to translate it, right? Okay. So imagine being tasked with translating the Bible. What would happen if you got to a word or a phrase that you didn't know? You knew other things, but you didn't know everything. What would you do if you got to that stuff? Ida, you're supposed to be translating it. Do you think you can really skip it? Exactly. You just make up what you want. You make assumptions about what it is. And whatever you don't like, you change it. Who gonna say you wrong? They don't know what it means. See? I try to get people to use their common fucking sense. and say, what would you do if it happened to you? If you were tasked to do that? Think about the King James version of the Bible, right? Think about the King James, not at you would dial a friend, Lorelei. I'd like to call a friend. But imagine if you were tasked with translating the King James version of the Bible and crafting that, right? Now that's royalty. That's the king. You gonna tell him you can't do certain things? What you think gonna happen to you if you tell the king you can't do certain things? Especially when the king is trying to use religion to control people. I just tell people to use their common fucking sense. I always tell people, listen, I make very clear, I'm a Buddhist, right? I'm a Buddhist. But I always tell folks, if you believe in God, don't you think God is omnipresent? Don't you think that God is omnipotent, right? And omnipresent means he's everywhere, right? Everywhere, right? So question, if God created everything, the heavens, the stars, the moon, space, everything, question, how come the only pathway to God is supposed to be through Christianity? That's Rusty licking water. Chill. Y'all going to learn. You said Constantine commissioned the translation from the Catholic Church? Okay, see, I didn't know that, but that's good to know. I'm just telling you how I think about God. God's not a genie in a bottle, and no single religion has a hold on God. Nobody owns him. Even God say that, don't he? So why do people fall into these buckets and allow man to concoct religions and sex? Because it's really just sex, right? Different sex. I look at it as a sect or a different religious sect. Yeah, Rusty gonna make himself known every time. Keep in mind, he just had water before I got on this slide. But that's the nature of Rustical. He just gonna keep drinking. And I've been drinking. That's him every time. Chill. 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 I've been thinking. You got me fitted. I want you right now. That's Rustical. He's doing well. I love Rusty too, but Rusty loud. I told y'all, zombie apocalypse happened. He got to go outside. I'm not getting eaten. I'm not getting eaten for Heidi. Bella Mae Jackson. Bella. I thought Bella was back there. Bella ain't going. She getting eaten too. She going outside because she meow too much. Gene Miller going outside. She meow too much. John Giovanni Wick going outside. He meow too much. All the animals are going outside. They too loud. I'm not getting eaten up for nobody except if one of them zombies is Idris Elba. Honey, he could eat me from the bottom up. You heard me. Catch it. Okay? Now, if it's Idris Elba out there, I'm looking out the window like, wait a minute. Is that Idris? Bitch. Oh, bitch. I'm about to go out here and be eaten for filth. Do you hear me? Shit. Listen. I'm just being honest. If Idris out there, who else? Damn Sue, you know that actor guy from Snowfall? Y'all know what I'm talking about. That motherfucker, fine, tall drink. We done talked about him before. That Damson Idris. That damn Morris Chestnut. Listen, if the zombies take Morris Chestnut gonna have to take me, beloved. I'm gonna be a zombie. I'm just telling y'all ahead of time. If Jeffrey D. Morgan out there, I'm gonna be like, take me now, Jeffrey. Take me now. Yup, both Idrises can take me. I'll let them both eat me. Catch that part. But like I said, it got to be from the bottom up. What my man say? Bodies, 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 bodies. I'm just telling y'all. Listen, I like to be honest. Listen. I'm just saying. Listen. I be saying whatever people be thinking. Y'all be thinking it too. Y'all would let Idris eat you too if he was a zombie. Stop playing with me. At least if you're going to go down and become a zombie, you want it to be from somebody that you at least think, well, granted, this isn't my ideal situation that I wanted to meet Idris Elba, but it is what it is. At least in your last waking moments, you had Idris. That's when I call my girlfriend, bitch. Guess what? What? Guess who outside of my yard, bitch, looking to eat somebody? Who? Idris, bitch. Idris Elba and Damson Idris, bitch. Bitch, what you gonna do? Bitch, I'm about to go out here and get toe up from the floor up. What is you talking about? It was nice knowing you, girl, but this a hell of a way to go out, ain't it? Talk to you later, sis. What? Shit. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. I want y'all to just stop. Y'all know I'm an equal opportunity person, okay? Now, I want to tell y'all about something else I heard today, okay? Well, because I probably going to come eat her too, so listen, I'm going to go to her house. I'm going to probably eat my friend too. Listen, it is what it is. Listen, I was listening to the radio today and I heard an interview on Katie Tur with a black farmer, right? Now, I need y'all to brace yourselves and hear this shit, what this black farmer said to Katie Tur. Now, the black farmer said, now y'all remember back in December when Trump said he was going to give $12 billion to the farmers to bail them out? Do y'all remember that? Okay. So this black farmer said, farming community is very small. So when some shit is happening or whatever is happening, we all talk to one another, right? So he said, so some farmer people I knew, you Googled Damson Idris. Oh, he fine, Cindy. You saw him. That man is that boy fine. I ain't really know about him till what's that thing where all them people dress up in the little outfits? You know, they got to dress up in their special outfits and shit. That's when I really, because I never watched Snowfall. I never looked at it. So that's when I first saw him. When I saw, at that Met Gala, I saw him on the red carpet, was like, who the fuck is that? Jesus. That's the first time I ever saw him and even knew this guy was. I ain't know who he was. I've never watched Snowfall. I may have to take a look at it. But then again, I told y'all I never watched The Wire. So listen. But this black farmer, he said he was told Trump was giving up this money and they were going to have a meeting at the White House with farmers, right? So this black farmer reached out to the White House. Guess what the White House told him? I love this shit. Personally, I love that everything is now exposed and out. Nobody is trying to hide anymore. But can you guess what they told her? I mean, the guy, the farmer? Okay, this is what they said. They told the farmer he could not attend the farming event because the White House is not doing DEI anymore. It said that their primary focus now is helping white farmers and corporate farms. Oh, they saying the quiet part all the way out loud. They making it very clear. No more, because I told y'all DEI to them is anybody that's not white. I told people that's why they called DEI didn't earn it. Because the thought process is if you're not white and you got into a certain situational position that you didn't earn that. Somebody had to give it to you. I'm just telling y'all. I'm just telling y'all. You say flicker lights? Okay, I'll take a look at that. They should have put a pile of steam in the rocks. Listen, I love this because I'm telling you, if you shake them, it'll sound like a little lone pebble rattling around in a steel can. You don't get shit from it. Not at all. But just letting y'all know, they told that black man, no, you can't come here. And then told him on top of that, in a couple of years, in a year or two, we might revisit the issue. But for now, black farmers are not our priority. They just letting y'all know. And so I look at it like all these little black kids and all this other stuff. Listen, I'm going to tell you, a lot of young people really don't understand racism because they read about it in books and they don't really think it's real. Racism is some real shit. And America has always been racist and it hasn't let go of its racism. And when we got a black president, not once, but Obama was reelected, America been crashing out ever since. Because for a lot of white America, not all, but for a lot of white Americans, a lot of their identity is wrapped up in oppression, oppressing other races, and racism. They were raised in the shit. You understand? And for the white people, okay, I see you, Bomb. And for the ones that don't embrace the shit, even if they were raised in it, they had to separate themselves from the people that taught them to hate in order for them not to live a life of hate. Because people who want to hate don't want to hear you talk about compassion, empathy, equality. They don't want to hear that shit at all. The young people need to wake the fuck up. Hey, Oscar, they need to wake up. Because, see, you're going to be here a lot longer than the most of us. And if you don't make it your business to make this country be something in which you can prosper too, even if you're not white, you're going to have a problem. And let me tell you something. Racism is so deeply ingrained in the fabric that is America. What did I tell y'all before? Equality is not pie. Just because I get the same size slice that you get doesn't mean you lost anything. But see, that's not how racists think. Racists think for you to get any of that fucking pie means I lost something. Because I've always had the pie. And you don't have to say you're sorry, because that's not necessary. What is necessary is action for us to stop this shit. It's not okay. Because I'm going to tell you, the little kids are watching all this shit. See, they trying to train up that next generation to embrace that racism. Because a lot of the people that are hardcore racist, they old. Not all of them are old, but a lot of them are. And they ain't going to be around a whole lot of time. So they are trying to make sure that young people, it's like a relay race. They trying to make sure that young people are still running that race with them and going to take that damn baton and keep running. That's what they want. And to your point, Nurse Bree, the elite are going to help to promote all of that shit, because if we're fighting about race, gender, TV, movies, whatever, if we're fighting about all of that shit, rich people are taking our tax money and getting rich with it, richer with it. That's all. That's why I tell y'all the social issues are a distraction. Because when you pay attention to social issues, you forgot that you ain't never get your $5,000 Doge check. Because you wasn't never getting no fucking check. Booyah on that shit. Remember, your president told you we done made all this money with tariffs. You ain't seen a dime of the shit. And you lost your health care. If we making all this money with tariffs, how come everybody don't have free healthcare? Job training. Free college. You know why? You know why? Because it ain't to help you at all. You're paying more for the very things that you were buying a year ago cheaper. You're paying more for them now. All because a boomer, an old man who wants to make America great again. I'm telling y'all what that greatness is. That greatness is the free to be racist, misogynist, xenophobic, anti-Semitic with government support. Because see, before the Civil Rights Act, racists had government to help them. So if they did shit, government was backing their ass up. Backing their ass up. Tyler, we're having grown folks conversation and I only allow people in here who have their side teeth still. You've been blocked, beloved. I don't listen to nobody who don't have no side teeth. That tells me off the break. I told y'all before, don't y'all argue with people with no side teeth. Especially MAGAs. Do not argue with people with no side teeth. Those are people who have always been on government dental care. They've been socialists since they came out the womb. So when they start talking that shit, I don't like socialism. Obviously you do, because you let that socialist ass dentist pull all your side teeth. I told y'all brushing and flossing is woke. That's why I know most of them don't have no side teeth. I need to stop before I lose my side teeth. Catch that part. Because I be brushing and flossing my ass off like, bitch, you talking about everybody's fucking mouth, bitch. You better have your fucking choppers together. Listen. No, Mike, I'm not MAGA. Come on. I read books. I would have let you stay, but you only have 19 followers. I don't let nobody talk to me that got less than 500 followers. Nope. You know he hot, because I done blocked every account he came in with. You have to step your pussy up, beloved. Yeah, you know. I'm not discriminating against the toothless daddy. My motto and my saying is make side teeth great again. You know how Trump says make America great again? I say if we want to really make America great again, we've got to make side teeth great again. Right? Because if we make side teeth great again, then by proxy, we will be great. Yeah, make side teeth great again. I got to make an image for that. You said I wrote before. I know some people that without side teeth agree with you. Listen. Not tell Cletus. Yeah, I'm going to come up with an image for that, man. Because I'm telling you, it's some real shit. All you got to do is listen to how people talk. I told y'all, America been brewing and stewing on this racism ever since Barack Obama. I told y'all. Ever since Barack Obama. And I told y'all something earlier this morning, because we discussed this on the Patreon Uncensored this morning too. Now looking back on it, Donald Trump, I don't think he ran for president because he was mad about Obama. I think that the media was wrong about that. After seeing all this Epstein file shit and all that, Donald Trump ran for president in hopes of getting rid of the evidence related to the fucking Epstein files, because Trump is all up and through that shit. And he knew if everybody found out about what he has done and how far he's gone, that was going to be a problem. That's why he initially ran. Now he ran the second time to stay out of prison for what he did January 6th. He says, what do you think about the Clinton issue? I don't think nothing. The Clintons want to talk to Congress, but this is what I'll tell you. Hold on for a second. My husband is in here saying that shit ain't gonna fly. Hold on, y'all. Because I'm like actually doing something. We're not gonna do that.
Oh, my
bad. Y'all heard that? He's like, oh, my bad. What the fuck? Y'all heard him. I'm like, what the hell? Sound like a cat. I thought something was wrong at first. Then I realized he was trying to sing. Oh, Trump is in. Look, let me show y'all something else I found. Trump is in those documents, honey. Hardcore. Hold on, where is it at? I saw this and I thought this was awesome. These are all the people referenced, or some of the people referenced in those Epstein files. See, this is the thing I know for sure. One for certain and two for sure. If Bill Clinton was in those files doing what Trump is in those files doing, but it's redacted so we can't see his name. Trust me, Donald Trump would have been put that out because he don't like the Clintons. So that's why I've always have to ask, well, why would Donald Trump protect Bill Clinton? He don't like them, right? So why would he protect them and not release that stuff? You know why? Because those files don't say what Trump claims it says. That's also why Bill and Hillary Clinton have agreed to a public hearing with Congress. Because see, when you ain't got nothing to hide, you don't hide. You say, fuck it, I'll talk to you. I ain't got shit to hide. I ain't got shit to hide. And to the people who were saying at first they wouldn't do the hearing at first. Well, because they wanted to make sure the hearing was public. Because if it's not public, conservatives are going to pick and choose what information comes out of that hearing. But if we all get to see it in real time, they don't get to pick and choose. We get to see it. You understand? Like y'all always forget, when Epstein was when he unalived in prison, that was during Donald Trump's first term. Did y'all forget? Oh, GOP real shook. But look at this list. Trump is mentioned 38,000 plus times in the Epstein files. And people think he don't have nothing to do with it. Look at these people. Reid Hoffman, over 2,000 times. Bill Gates, over 2,000 times. Peter Thiel, over 2,000 times. Elon Musk, over 1,000 times. Richard Branson, almost 1,000 times. Howard Lutnick, 653 times. Kevin Walsh, over 500 times. Larry Ellison, over 300, almost 400 times. Steve Bannon, a bunch. Prince Andrew, a bunch. I know y'all saw the story today that the Royals have pushed Prince Andrew out of more housing. Now that more of this Epstein shit done came out, the royal family is like, oh no, bitch. You're not dragging us down with your bullshit. You're not. Because the royals already know it don't take much for people to be annoyed with them. You understand? Because they don't really have anyone, or like they don't have a Princess Diana or anything like that anymore. They don't have that. So they don't have somebody that makes them feel like I see myself in them. They don't have that. So the royals they don't have no room to fuck up. So they pushing out anybody and anything that's going to fuck it up. And Prince Andrew fucks up the church's money. Okay? Okay? There were no trans people in the files. No drag queens in the files. And the only immigrants in the file were Peter Thiel and Elon Musk. All you gotta do is just look at this information. What all of this stuff tells me about this Jeffrey Epstein thing. Rich people, they essentially, anything is for sale. Anything. Everything. If you got money, you can seemingly buy anything you want. The question is, how much are you willing to pay? That's really the question. And if you're willing to pay, you can have anything you want. It's only a problem when you're not willing to pay. You say you're not believing what people post on social media. That's good for you. That's why I just set you free from this live, so you don't have to be so tormented. This is like your third account coming in. You keep coming back and you're going to keep getting the bliggity block. I told you this finger is like a anaconda and shit. I let you talk. Yeah, I let him talk for a little bit, but then I booted his ass. If he don't believe it, why are you here? Why are you here tormenting yourself? Chill. I told y'all, MAGA, they're the people that run into a burning building and complain about getting burned. They literally run into a burning building and complain about the flames. You wouldn't have got burned if you ain't take your ass in the building. Just leave. Go outside. But no. They can't do that. I want to be where the liberals are talking so I can share my point of view. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. And I'm going to tell you something. Conservatives are bored talking to other conservatives. Think about it, because it's just a constant loop of bullshit. So they don't want to talk to each other because they want to feel smart. So they want to talk to you. I don't waste my time. I don't debate MAGA. I don't give a shit about what they believe. They can believe whatever they want. They have the freedom to believe what they want, but so do I. I tell you, I'm still having fun over on Facebook on some of them comments because these people are accusing me. Look, this 5 places on my ass back here, y'all. These people are accusing me. They're saying, when I'm talking about Nicki Minaj or whatever, she has a right to her opinion and you shouldn't vilify her. I say, well, don't I have a right to my opinion? And aren't you on here vilifying me? Then they get quiet. If she has a right to her opinion, that means I have a right to mine. So what the fuck are you talking to me for? Shut it. That's how I shut them down. That's genuinely how I shut them down. Because they always talk about free speech. Then shut the fuck up. I got the right to say what I want to say too. And so do you. But don't you dare come to me with the argument that she does and I should say nothing. Because then I'm going to say, well, I do too. Why are you talking to me? Y'all need to learn to have that same type of exchanges with these people. Do not, I'm going to tell you something that's going to save you a lot of time when you're dealing with people who have different opinions about politics that don't align with your point of view, right? I'm going to tell you what you do. Okay? Never try to give them the truth. Now hold on. Can I make this bigger so y'all can see this? Hold on. I want y'all to read this. Just read it. Read the top and look at the bottom. I'm just let y'all read that real quick. And this is actual language. They say they create a community where the free and open exchange of ideas and information is valued and encouraged. Yep, until you tell them something that hurt their fucking feelings. Soon as you tell these people something that hurts their damn feelings, oh, we can't be learning that. That's too damn woke. See, this is the thing that I always try to remind people. History should make you feel uncomfortable sometimes. And if you don't get uncomfortable, you probably need to go talk to somebody. Because I don't know, but maybe it's just me, but I've always been uncomfortable reading about slavery, oppression of women, the civil rights movement, poverty in America. Like, it's been many things in history that I read about or have learned about in American history that have made me uncomfortable, as they should. I'm going to tell you a great example. Go back and look at and learn about how the government used to treat people that had disabilities, especially intellectual disabilities. Just go back and do your research to see how they used to treat people. The government used to have facilities that the families would send their children to these facilities run by the government. And they would treat these people worse than animals. Animals. Go back and read it. They're right. They would put them in asylums, give them lobotomies, all types of crazy shit, but treat them less than human. America had normalized that. And then over time, it realized this is not okay. We shouldn't be doing this. So we got away from that. Government shut down all those places and all that stuff. And look at in 2026. America is right back to treating people with disabilities, physical, intellectual, like second-class citizens. Like second-class citizens. Like they don't have nothing to provide. That shit's all a fucking lie. This is why I say America, for all the progress that it made forward, it just went back. Just set itself all the way back. I told y'all, that's why I said this shit will not be fixed in your lifetime, my lifetime, probably not even your children's lifetime. It's not going to be fixed. I told you it's easier to break things than it is to fix them and make them better. It's easy to break shit. And that's all Trump and them doing, running around breaking shit. So, because they know, this is what Republicans know. Breaking things stops progress. Do you get it now? Breaking things stops progress. So all the other shit that was going to happen, it will never happen anytime soon. You know why? Because they got to spend all their time fixing the shit that people broke. That's the plan. If you break things, like think about it. Republicans have been digging at the ACA ever since it was passed. So you can't fix it because they too busy breaking it. So you're never going to make healthcare better. You're never going to be able to do that. Oh, look at threat level. Mama and daddy are both cousins, brothers and sisters and nephews and nieces. Oh, poor little Tink Tink. They got mad. He came in because I done blocked all his accounts. And he mad. He's like, this bitch won't let me in. No. Every time you come to the door, I'm going to be like Debo or Michael Clark Duncan at that door. I'm going to be like Michael Clark Duncan in Players Club. Y'all remember Michael Clark Duncan when he was in Players Club? And y'all remember when Ice Cube and the other dude came to they was in the club and Luke came in and they was all, oh, I want to talk to Luke and blah, 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 blah. And dude was like, nah, he just chilling right now, whatever. You know, Ice talking that, whatever. And then Michael Clark Duncan just punched him in the back of the head. That's me. You're not getting in. You're not getting in. I love me some Players Club. I still watch that shit. Players Club is a great ass movie. Players Club is fucking hilarious. I still love Players Club. And it's funny, real funny, honestly, because Lisa Ray's acting hasn't changed that much. But let me stop, because Lisa Ray might roll up in my fucking live and cuss me all the way the fuck out. I don't want that smoke. No disrespect. Lisa Ray from Chicago. I don't know if I can handle that one. You can see who that person really is, just not supporting MAGA. What do you mean? You can see who that person really is. But yeah, so I'm like, you know, y'all. Oh, Bernie Mac is, listen, y'all, I was watching the Bernie Mac show the other day. Missing the hell, because I miss Bernie Mac. Bernie Mac was fucking hilarious. Right. If she cussed out her sister like that, I know Lisa Ray will give me the fucking smoke. So I don't have nothing but nice things to say to Lisa Ray. Okay. So I'm watching the Bernie Mac show and he had taken the kids on vacation. The wife and the kids on vacation. So he was sitting on the edge of the pool. He had baby girl was hanging on his legs and he was dunking baby girl with his legs, but he was counting because baby girl asked him to dunk her 100 times. So he counted. He's like 32, 33, 34. And then he say 98, 99, 100. Baby girl say, that wasn't 100. You don't know you didn't count to 100. Bernie say, She said, you can't count to 100. He said, I can. Let me hold you underwater. I guarantee I can count to 100. I lost my shit. I said, damn, I miss Bernie Mac. I miss me some Bernie Mac. I miss me some Bernie Mac. Bernie Mac was hilarious. That's why I watch Head of State. If you have not seen Head of State with Chris Rock and Bernie Mac, watch that fucking movie. Because it's about a local alderman running for president and how people tried to limit him because of his race, because of where he was from. Watch that shit. Who you with? Listen, don't start with me. What do you think about NATO? Well, listen, I know NATO Jenkins. Do you know NATO Jenkins? Listen, if you have not seen Head of State, between Chris Rock, Bernie Mac, and fucking Robin Givens, and y'all know who I'm talking about. I can't think of her name. Lynn Whitfield. And Lynn Whitfield, that movie has so many classic gems, it ain't funny. That is a classic fucking movie. That is a classic fucking movie. So many people have not seen Head of State. Watch Head of State and look at Distinguished Gentleman with Eddie Murphy. Those two movies are so fitting for the time that we're in. Real shit. Because that movie, Distinguished Gentleman, was about Eddie Murphy's character running for Congress and being a swindler. And how he realizes when he gets to Washington, he ain't really a good thief. Not in the way that Washington is. And how he learned how to scam even better, still even better, by becoming an elected official. Watch Distinguished Gentleman. That's another favorite movie of mine. Every time that bitch come on, I'm going to watch Distinguished Gentleman. Yep, he exposed the system. Look, my favorite scene is, I even let your colorblind ass wife redecorate my office. Man, when they was going off in that office. What about House Party 3? Somehow Bernie? The first one I suggested was Head of State. Look at Head of State with Chris Rock and Bernie Mac. Then look at Distinguished Gentleman with Eddie Murphy. Trust me on this. Chi McBride is in it. What's my girl's name? I'm seeing her face. And this movie came out in 1992. It's an old movie. It is an old movie, but trust me, you got Eddie Murphy, you got Shirley Ralph, you got Victoria Rao, you got Chi McBride, you got Charles S. Dutton, you got James Garner. You got Lane Smith, but y'all probably know Lane Smith by face, not by name. Okay? I'm sure you know him by face, but you don't know him by name. I can guarantee you that. But Distinguished Gentleman is a great movie. I watch Bernie Mac several times a week because I watch the Bernie Mac show. I still watch that. Not they used to call a jawbone. Listen. Watch Distinguished Gentleman. Once you watch it, come back and tell me about it. You ain't never lied, Kiara. Prime shit back then. Yep, and Della Reese did play his mother. I forgot about that. She sure did play the mama. Yep, I forgot all about that. Well, Della Reese in Distinguished Gentleman, she played the elevator operator. She didn't play the mama. Not in Distinguished Gentleman, she played the elevator operator. But y'all got to watch Distinguished Gentleman if you have not seen that movie. That is a great fucking movie. I think it's one of Eddie's best movies and it's underrated, frankly. It is an underrated movie, but it is a great movie because if you want to learn the inner workings of DC just from a theatrical point of view, that is the best movie to watch to see it. Followed by Head of State. Chris Rock and Bernie Mac put their foot in that movie. Real shit. God bless America and no place else. Child. That's why ever since when I saw that movie and that man said that, I said, Well, damn, I thought I was the only one that thought that that's what that meant. Did you ever listen to that statement, God bless America? So I love a head of state when the man says, God bless America and no place else. Because that's what they're saying. That's what they're saying. They just don't finish the sentence. And it makes you go, Yep, that man in that movie sounded just like Trump right now. That's why y'all need to watch both of those movies. Real stuff. I'm telling y'all know I love movies. I love media, TV, all that shit. Y'all know this. Watch the movie. Okay? So listen, I got to start wrapping up because I got some things I got to do. Don't forget tonight at 7:00 p.m., Distinguished Gentlemen and, Distinguished Gentlemen and Head of State. Those are the two movies. Now, there's another Head of State that came out some years back with Idris Elba and the wrestler guy. But that's not the one you want. You want Head of State that came out in 2003 with Chris Rock and Bernie Mac. Okay? Now, don't forget tonight, the new episode of the Straight No Chaser podcast drops at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember, it's called The Cost of Keeping Up. How America is taking you down with and just monetizing every fraction of your life. Thank you, Nurse Bree. I appreciate that. Real talk. Listen to this episode because I don't think many of you understand how much you've been monetized. Yep, it's on Spotify, Patreon, and YouTube. If you click the link in my profile, it's going to take you to my website. And when you scroll down to the bottom at that footer, it gives you links to all the places where I'm located. That's where my podcasts are. Okay? Oh, they said Maynard. Okay, I'll have to watch that. I love documentaries. If y'all want to see a good documentary, it's going to make you cry. I'm going to prepare you ahead of time for it, though. But it's going to make you cry, but you need to see it. The Pruitt, and I'm going to spell it in the thing because I always get tongue-tied when I say it. But the Pruitt-Igoe myth, you need to watch that. Hold on, I'm putting it in here. The Pruitt. Has anybody else seen that? Igoe myth. Y'all need to watch that documentary. I just put it in the thing. Watch this well, we ain't watching no Melania documentary. I didn't want to go to sleep, Scorpio. Watch the Pruitt-Igoe myth. That's more American history. So y'all can understand what it was like when America used to put black people inside of this community housing that was a death trap. And the government knew it was a death trap. And they didn't do shit about it until shit happened. And they couldn't hide it no more. Go watch that fucking documentary. Because when you watch it, yep, the projects. And how it was purposefully designed to keep black folks that live there oppressed. They treated them like animals. Go watch the Pruitt-Igoe myth and tell me what you think about that. Thank you so much. It's called, let me see, I can tell y'all where it's streaming because I'm not sure where it's streaming because I saw this years ago. Where to watch. Let me see. So when I look it up, unfortunately, it's available on Amazon Prime. That's the only place right now. You could try to find, actually, they have a website. They have a website called the Pruitt-Igoe myth. You can go there and watch a 30-minute documentary on their website for free. So go watch that. Yep. Go watch that. Yep, go watch it. You can watch it on their web. You can watch a 30-minute documentary on their website right now. Go watch it. And I'm going to tell you, you're going to look at your fucking government different when you see that shit. This is why people need to learn history. Because if you learn history, you understand your government always been raggedy. The shit you see them do now ain't new shit. Same shit they've been doing. Same shit they've been doing. Folks just need to know their history. And then Dearest Amanda says, or read Hood Feminism. I like that title. I gotta check and see what that is. Oh yeah, I'm gonna look at that. And it's available for free online to read. You said, what's the name on it's called the Pure, I'm going to have a tongue twister. Hold on. I do this every time because it's Pruitt, I Go Myth. Well, let me write it one more time. The Pruitt. I'm writing it right now in the chat. I Go Myth. And like I said, if you Google it, you can also find their website, a website they have set up where they have a 30-minute documentary on there where you can just watch 30 minutes. But I'm telling you, it's a much longer thing out there. It's going to fuck you up. But you need to see it so you understand. And it also behooves to help people who are not black to understand why black people have so much distrust with the federal government. Because when you watch that documentary, you go, oh, I see why black folks be real funny about the government. Watch it. Okay? Listen, I love you guys. I thank you. You got to watch it, Chayton. Go watch it and you'll see why. Listen, thank y'all for the 63,000 likes. I appreciate you. You know, I appreciate you so much. Thank you we got 70 shares. I appreciate you. And before I go, I want to give a shout out to the top 5 gifters today. I try to do it in every live when I remember. Number 1, beautiful Dearest Amanda. Thank you so much, beautiful. Number 2, Miss Shima McKenzie. Thank you, beautiful. Number 3, handsome Kiera. Thank you, sir. Number 4, beautiful user 229. Thank you so much. Number 5, beautiful Cindy. Thank you, beautiful. And a special shout out to D. Thank you, beautiful, coming in at number 6. Listen, I appreciate y'all. Don't forget to listen to the Straight No Chaser podcast tonight. Click the link in my bio to get access to anywhere you can find it. Chayton, sure, if you'd like to, but you're not required to gift me to be here, to be honest. Most of the gifts that I ask for are the likes and the shares and the engagement. But you're free to do so if you'd like to. But I try not to get online and do digital panhandling. I really don't, because that ain't really my bag. I do scroll lives and I do give people gifts, but I give gifts because I want to, not because they asked me for them. So, and everybody out here hurting right now. You know what I mean? Everybody out here hurting right now. Bad. So I ain't trying to take nothing else out of nobody's pocket that don't need to be taken. Catch that part. But listen, love you guys. I got to go get the kid. Don't let nobody live rent free in your head. Don't feed any trolls. You can accomplish anything you put your mind to as long as you stay consistent. Peace, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow morning around 9. Have a beautiful and blessed night. And please be safe, okay?